Morning, gang. It's Wednesday, the 13th of November, 2019. A warm welcome along to Bracknell. And this morning's United Kingdom talk coming to you live, boys and girls. Unless, of course, you're watching a recording. Sometimes people say, how do we know it's live? Well, just have a look at the clock behind me, if that's the time where you are now. Or on your adjustments to wherever you are in the world, if that's the time, then you know you're with us live. It's got the date and everything on that. My favourite clock ever, that is. I love it. Dirt cheap on eBay as well. There we are. There's actually a lot of those clocks. If you fancy, and it's very big. That is really big. Okay, if you fancy one of those, try and have a look on eBay first. Sometimes you can pick them. They're not massively cheap. You probably pay something around 70 to 80 quid. Brand new, these things are like 150, 160 quid. I wouldn't pay that for a clock. Good God, no. Well, good morning to you, boys and girls. Shall we do early messages really early this morning? Let's do that first today. Michael Parman, good morning. Adam the Plumber. Yvonne Lemon, morning. Jason Hughes. Sean Pye. Mick Davenport. Brenda from Bristol in the house. Mandy's wishing the rest of the world good morning as well. How kind of you, Mandy. You're such a touching person. I'd quite like to be touched myself, to be honest. It's been a while, to be honest. Morning to you, Mandy. Hello to Stephen Petty. Morning, Stephen. John Aiken in the house. Adam the Plumber. Today is Be Kind to People. Next will be kind to Chris by sending him lots of super chats. I haven't had one for days now. Not a super chat for days. I'm not loved anymore. That's why. Thank you, Adam, for your kind words. Morning to Mark Bowles. Scott Walker. Hello to you as well, Scott. All right, there we are. Our early messages in nice and early on this cold day. I've just popped my head out the door. Always, one of the first things I do in the morning is just pop my head out the door to see what it's like. Cold, but it's really sunny. There's no cloud. I can't see any clouds in the sky at all, so it looks like it's going to be quite a nice, bright day today. I've got to get a little bit of holiday money. As you know, I'm off tomorrow. My mate's looking forward to that because he moves into the house. It was going to be my nephew, but he's not coming down here now. So my mate moves into the house because it's like a little holiday. You know, when you spend time in someone else's house. It is, isn't it, really? It's like a holiday. Oh, Mick's making cheese, onion and spinach pasties. Ooh, that tastes... The trouble is, Mick, it's the pastry, dear. That's where... I mean, if you take away the pastry, that would be a really good meal. But the pastry is the thing with all those naughty little calories like the Greg's sausage rolls. Oh, I have the vegan ones, but they're so nice, Greg's sausage rolls. But that flaky pastry round the side that just melts into your mouth after you shove that great big long thing in your mouth is just so nice, isn't it, Mick? You know what I mean. So yesterday, as I say, really nice day today. I've got to get a little bit of holiday money, although I tend to use my card now when I'm abroad. I've got my nationwide credit card. Nationwide credit card. Does that sound right? Credit card. Does that sound right? My nationwide credit card, if that sounds right. It doesn't have a charge every time you use it, like most of the others do. So that's what I use out there. And I had it with me last time, so I might as well use that. I just take a very small amount of money in euros, perhaps as tips and things. Oh, mind you, Cyprus isn't tips really, is it? America, they deal with a lot of tips there. If you ever go to America, you should tip most people out there. And it's not an awful lot of money. Couple of dollars here, couple of dollars there. You'll probably spend 50 quid in tips over the whole week. But that's how it's set up over there. That's how they work over there. And, you have to respect other people, though some people come over here and they don't respect us, do they? But there you go. That's neither here nor there. It's another conversation altogether. But when you go abroad, I think you should respect the country that you go to. Some countries, you have to take shoes off if you want to go and visit mosques and things like that. And so you damn well should do, So a little bit of money today. And then I'll probably go down to Mum's grave today because her anniversary is on the 18th. Well, of course, I'm away on the 18th, which is on Monday next week. So I should either go just before, pay a little respect. I won't be there very long, maybe just a few minutes if it's really cold. But nevertheless, I like to go to my mum's grave on her birthday and on her anniversary of death, which is like 19 years this year. You know, I just can't believe it, how quickly things like that go. 19 years this year, I lost my mum. Untrue. So I'll probably do that today and get the car out of the garage. Yesterday, well, you may have noticed a few items behind. Anyone notice anything? No, we're not playing I Spy with My Little Eye. Although, was it Sean Pye, I think, suggested that when we were doing Sunday night show this week? Sean Pye, I don't know if he suggested it or came out. We were talking about something, and he said, "What about I Spy with My Little Eye?" That might be something we could do here. You know, I Spy with My Little Eye today. Something beginning with L. Okay, anything? Go on, play it. I Spy with My Little Eye. Something beginning with L. See, there's no prize. We can't afford to give a prize every blooming time. God, what do you think this is? A registered charity or something like that? Huh? I Spy with My Little Eye, something beginning with L. So yesterday, I went up to Sainsbury's after I finished the show yesterday. Did I have my lunch first? I think I had my lunch first, and then went up to Sainsbury's. I had to get some little plastic bags. I've completely run out of plastic bags. So I've got these ones. Sainsbury's is my closest, well, Aldi's my closest supermarket. But I wanted, in particular, to get something else in Sainsbury's beginning with the letter L. Do you like the eyebrows? There's a clue for you there. Something beginning with L. So I got these little plastic bags. £2. £2 for 20 plastic bags. God's sake, man. I mean, to be fair, they're very good quality, these ones. They're not like thin, useless ones. And they got the thing at the top, you know, the 2 bits of plastic that you stick together and they lock up. Because that's what you ever go on holiday, that's what you want to put your toothpastes and shower gel in there. The shower gel I like at the moment is from Aldi. It's dirty. It's 33p, this shower gel. And it's hibiscus flavour or smell, whatever you call it. It's like a purpley colour. Oh, it's lovely smell, dear. That's the one I like at the moment. The only thing is, the lid on it isn't particularly good. I mean, it really isn't. Now, ideally, you'd put it in your hand luggage, but you can't put large bottles of stuff in your hand luggage. So you've got to put it in your other case. So I'm putting it in a double one of these, a double bag like this. So seal it up, put it in another one, seal it up, and there we are. Don't ever put bottles of stuff in your suitcases if they're not in plastic bags. So I got that there and something else. Now, let me see if anyone's guessed what the L is. Just a moment, please. Oh, my God. Adam, £14.99? Are you rolling in money at the moment, Adam? God, that's an awful lot to send. Last time it was $9.99 and I thought you went way over the top then. Wow. Thank you, Adam. Very kind, dear. Very kind indeed. I don't expect anyone to send more than it. Well, whatever. You know, it doesn't matter. But thank you that's very kind of you, Adam. Very kind. Let me bless you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. There we are. Thank you. Very kind, Adam. Morning, Jason Hughes. Jason got his fridge magnet and photo to keep the burglars out. What do you mean by that? Well, I'm glad that's arrived. Mick's Mowers, good morning, Mick. John's going to the dentist in an hour. My filling came out yesterday afternoon. Oh, were you eating toffees? I bet you were eating toffees or something like that. Were you? You naughty. You don't eat toffee. The words are... You can actually feel the filling being pulled out by a toffee when you eat it. Especially, is it the long one in the Quality Street? No, it's a little it's a little one, isn't it? It's a little flat one with a yellow wrapper on. That is the worst one in the College Street for filling removals. Oh, yes. Mick says it's cold out there. Yes, I know. I stuck my nose out the door as well. Well, thank you, Adam. That's very kind of you to send $14.99. Look at that. Today is Be Kind to People Day. Chris has put his kindness into today, but I shouldn't read this, should I? It's a little bit I'll read it. Or you wrote it. Kindness into by doing one of his amazing shows, keeping us all entertained. So mine kindness is this, so Chris can eat for the day. Yeah, it's been ages since look. Can you see the weight falling off me? I'm so weak I can barely able to talk. Mind you, that's Rylan Clark. Is it Rylan Clark? He's been on BBC Breakfast this morning. He was singing. Apparently, he's been singing karaoke for 20, or he's going to, I don't know what point he's at, but he's singing karaoke for 24 hours to raise money for children in need. Now, I'm not a fan of Rylan at all. It just... He doesn't do it for me at all. I won't make a point of watching him. However, it has to be said, that is something else. To be able to sing karaoke for 24 hours. God. I'm just imagining some, not all, certain members of my karaoke clan who would be singing karaoke for 24 hours. Oh my God, what about DJ Chris? He would sing depressing... If DJ Chris sung karaoke for 24 hours, the rates of suicide in the world would jump up dramatically, I think. Absolutely. Depressing ballad after depressing ballad from DJ Chris. Oh, dear. They'd all kill themselves. Everyone would kill themselves. You know, he'd be there trying to raise money for some sort of charity. Unfortunately, he wouldn't make any because everyone watching would have killed themselves before they sent the cash. Thank God Adam sent that $14.99 before he pegged out. At least that's in the bank already. Thank you, Adam. Morning to Tony King. Oh, there's Sean. There is Sean. Nationwide. Who are you trying to pull the wool over? You've got an American Express Platinum card. I have one of those, actually. Yeah, so shut up. I have one of those. Yes, but every time you use that for international transaction, they charge you a fee. We haven't got money to waste here, dear. Left, right and centre. We've got to save money. My mate is always shocked when I go into the dented tins basket in supermarkets. Why is that a shocking thing? Was it? Yeah, he actually met me up at Sainsbury's yesterday. What was it? I bought something and I found the cheaper version. So, of course, I bought that instead. I can't remember what we compared. Oh, it's not all about saving money, he says. Says him, with barely 2 pennies to rub together. It makes me laugh. He does all this first-class stuff and this, that and the other. There's me, scrimping and saving to get by. Fortunately, not too bad today because of Adam's £14.99. Thank you very much. Morning to George Bonds. Good morning, George. Morning, young George. Let's have it. Yvonne, my husband often sneaks out for a Greggs sausage roll. Paul, is it? My dad did things like that. Now, my dad lost him in 1996. I never forget. I was at home. I think I was off school sick or something like that. And Dad had had something wrong with him. And I think he wasn't supposed to eat cakes and things like that. He wasn't diabetic. I'm not quite sure what it was. Anyway, Mum went to work because she had a little sort of morning job at Digby Stewart College in Roehampton, you know, doing some typing and all that business. When's the last time you saw a typewriter, eh? Haven't seen one of those for a while, have you? She was doing typing and all this business. And so she went out. And after about 10 minutes after she'd gone out, Dad put his coat on. He went down to, was Coombs the Bakers at that time, before it became Greggs. Coombs the Bakers, come back with 2 donuts. Sat there, opened the bag out, sat there, had the 2 donuts, and then screwed the bag up, and then walked along to the chute. Because we had bins in the house, but to avoid Mum's detection of this donut bag, he took it straight to the chute and chucked it away. So I know about people eating cakes and things like that in secret. Oh, there we are. Correct, John Aiken. First guess. Lego. Correct. What else did you guess? Liz, not Liz, no. Letters on the clock, no. Light, no. Mixed mowers, lubricant. It's a long time since I used that, to be honest. No, not lubricant. Lego, yes, George. Latex. Where's the latex in here? Or are you assuming that that's what I've got under the desk on? Latex knickers. Light bulb, no. Morning to Chrissy, Dukey Chrissy. Good morning, Chris. Hello, darling. All right. Yes, and that's it. There we go. So that's it. You're quite correct. Lego. So why is the Lego here? That's what I went up to Sainsbury's for. That and the plastic bags, something else. We went up for some Quorn burgers, but they didn't have any. They were a bit lacking in stock last night up in the chiller counter up at Sainsbury's. But I bought this as well. Now, I haven't got it with me, but it was George's, great-nephew George's birthday. George and the great-nephew George, great-nephew James, and great-niece Emily, they're all living in Cyprus at the moment, and that's where I'm off to tomorrow to go and visit them. Now, it was George's birthday recently, so I got him the Hogwarts bus. Oh, what's that blooming film? Oh, Harry Potter. You know Harry Potter? There's a bus in it, and it's like 3 stories. You know, purple bus, grounds, middle, and front. So anyway, that's why I got him Lego bus for his birthday. The other 2 have had their birthdays, and of course they've had little birthday presents that I think I've sent over, or I might have bought them and said, okay, keep them for their birthdays. I haven't got to buy them any Christmas or birthday presents next year because I'm taking them to Euro Disney for a little holiday, right? But I've been thinking, I'm going to be giving him a gift. Although the other 2 will know it's for his birthday, the little one certainly won't understand. The girl will, but to give one child something and then, it's not your birthdays, and I'm thinking, oh no, you got to get them something. So I got them something small. And for the little... And I don't know. They may even have these things, but it doesn't matter, does it? So for the little girl, I got this Lego Disney thing, Frozen thing. I don't know what that's called. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, go, go. Let it go, 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 go. I hate that song. You go around Disney, that's all you hear now at these Disney resorts. Oh, you don't hear Little Mermaid or Snow White. And that other one. I'm wishing on the one I love to find him today. I don't get any of that anymore. Just this cow. Let it go, all the blooming time, and on and on and on. It's almost as boring as sitting there watching one of these shows. And that is saying something. Anyway, so I got her that, a little Frozen thing, and it says 6+, and she is 6, so that suits her. And for the little boy, James, no longer baby James, who's 2 and a bit, I got him this bike thing, Duplo, which I think is for the younger people. There we are. I think one was 12 quid, and the other was 8 quid, so that's fair enough, isn't it? That's not too bad at all. So I've got something to give all of them now. Otherwise, I don't want to see disappointed face the moment I come through the airport. Jason, that's an old video there. Gosh, you found one of the old videos. Good, you must have been really bored sitting there going through my old videos, Jason. Nothing else to do, dear? Was there nothing on telly last night? As I say, I'll probably go into the grave today to just, pay my respects on that. Brenda from Bristol's got his pen through the post. Excellent. Marc, can I have a pen for your super chat? But what pen? Pens are not for super chats, dear. Badges are for super chats. Pens are for bingo. Fridge magnets are for raffle. And we will be doing raffle tickets later on, as usual. Don't forget, the next raffle is not Monday, because I'm away. It'll be the Monday after, all right? We'll carry that forward. Are you doing birthday messages for tomorrow? Says Dukey, Chrissy, baby. I might do. Might do. Might not. But might do, Chris. Might do. I don't know whose birthday it might be tomorrow, Chris. What a shame. Some of these people whose birthdays it is, and I haven't quite got another half, and just imagine the wonderful gift that they could have received. Oh, well, there you go. Ryland's just finished on Radio 2. Oh, so he's just finished now. 24 hours singing karaoke. Cool, blimey. John says, my other half designed that box of Lego for Disney. What one? What, this one? Did he really? Isn't that interesting? I knew someone that designed things for KFC. He designed the cream ball. Which is basically a piece of plastic. And he says, and I think I was sitting there, it's a few years ago now, I was sitting in one of the pubs I work in, Clapham. And I'd gone next door because the KFC was just a couple of doors. I never bought chicken or anything in there, just the ice creams used to be delicious. Anyway, I'm sitting there eating that. And he came in, he said, oh, I designed that. I said, what this? He said, yeah, the ball thing. I said, well, that's not very good for the environment. I think he was offended. Good. Not very good for the environment. You sit there eating that thing and you chuck it away. How long do you think that bit of plastic's going to be laying in the ground? Ages. Ages is the answer to that. Thank you. Sean, all the things have gone out. Yes, Sean, everything's gone out now. Oh, hang on a minute. I've just jumped forwards. There we are. Did I see Steph somewhere? Good morning, Steph. Good morning, Fran. Hello to Fran. Frozen 2. Okay, Frozen 2. He designed all the merchandise for the movie. Christ, you must be rich then, John. Send a picture of your house immediately, dear. I want to see how big your house is. Did he really design all the stuff for Frozen 2? I don't think I've seen Frozen 2. I've only seen Frozen 1. My favourite part of the film is where she slaps him across the face near the end. I like that. Morning to Claire. Hello to you, Claire. Claire, I did the Sunday night bingo yesterday, and I feel like a winner, even though I wasn't playing live. I'm confident I will win a purple pen soon. I hope you do, Claire. I hope you do. I am tempted to send it to you anyway. But if I did that, the place would be screaming, oh, it's one rule for you and one rule he makes it up as he goes along. But I have to stick to the rules, Claire, much that it pains me to do so. And it's not like I'm short of pens. I've got hundreds of the blooming things here. The bingo is set to go on for years and years. I'm sure you will win. In fact, I might take a purple pen just a moment now. I'm going to do it now. One moment, please. I'm going to take a purple pen out of this bag, okay? And I'm going to place it here. On there. And it will remain there, or at least somewhere here, until you win it, okay? I can't just give it to you, darling. People like Marc Bowles will be shouting and screaming and all that. Oh, he makes it up and he goes, I won't win it. All right, Claire, so that is reserved for you when you eventually win, darling. Okay, good morning to Fun Things to Do with Tech. A very good morning to you. Good morning. Now, Roy Brownlow is joining us this morning. Morning, Roy. I'm glad my pen's gone out because I didn't win one. Didn't you? Well, then it didn't go out, did it? You don't think I retain all the knowledge in my head of various people that have won something and those that haven't won something, do you? Oh, dear me. Yes, Jason's talking about Louie. I've spotted him, actually. I have spotted him. I'm keeping an eye on that. I do understand, sort of, when we do the karaoke, you're all chatting with each other and different people come on and sometimes people are rowing with each other, this, that and the other. It takes a lot to actually time someone out or block someone. I prefer, like, free speech, but when someone starts taking over the chat box and it's a bit and I notice if that happens, what tends to happen is that no one else starts talking. And everyone stops talking because one person, and it can happen with this as well, if one person is completely taken over the chat, everyone else stops talking to each other. I've noticed that, which is why I gave him a timeout a couple of weeks ago. Do you remember that? Yeah, just a 5-minute timeout, and then people start talking again. So that's the only reason for that. Or if someone's really, really nasty, then I'll take them off. But I don't really keep an eye on the chat going on the karaoke chat box because there's so much to do there, You're trying to get people on and off the stage. People are shouting at you at the front, trying to have conversations, so it's impossible. Mark, oi, Chris, I'll be round. I do hope so. It's been a long wait so far, Mark. I'm coming those little cycling shorts of yours or swimming trunks. I threatened my niece. I was chatting to my niece in Cyprus yesterday. I've threatened her with Speedos. Because this is an RAF base I'm staying on. I've threatened her I said I'm going to go and buy some Speedo. What are you getting those for? What to wear on the beach? Her face. Claire, don't worry. It will be reserved. That is reserved for you now, Claire. That purple pen. Don't worry. I just hope the ink doesn't dry out before you wear it, my love. Before you win it. Brenda loves to sing. Do you want to build a snowman with the grandchildren? Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. That's very, very nice indeed. Okay. Mark wants to be a moderator on the karaoke. Why people keep offering to be moderators? I don't know why that is. Why do you want to be moderators and things like that? Good morning to Colin K. Hello to you, sir. Morning to Colin. So that was my visit to Sainsbury's. Came back here. I have now. I'm very prepared actually. I've now loaded the first suitcase into my car. Now, usually on a holiday, I'm not a big taker of stuff. Typical bloke going on holiday. Really, one sort of small bag, one small case. That usually does me. And I often find, that I might wear a t-shirt twice or something like that. Not socks. I'm very, very funny with socks. I change my socks absolutely every day without question. And the reason athlete's foot, once you get that, if you get athlete's foot, all that can be a little bit of a job to get rid of. I've got some spray-in stuff that you put between your toes. But wearing socks for a couple of days at a time can cause that because all the nasty stuff has gone into your sock, you see. So I'm very good at changing socks. But usually I just take one small bag. This time, because I'm flying in the... they're not really posh seats. They're a little bit... you've got just a little bit more width-wise in the club class, right? So I save up for the club class because I'm spending very small amount on the hotel. Well, it's not a hotel, it's a bungalow. Very, very small amount because that's all subsidised and all that, right? But that means I can take 2 cases of 32 kilos each. Well, on a little holiday like that, a week's holiday, I'd probably take a very small case of about 15 kilos. I told my niece that, and if there's anything you need brought over here, that's fine. I told my sister anything you want me to take. So basically, I've now got 3 cases to take out. One very large case, and it's just full of stuff. For the children, and there's a bread machine in there for my niece, all sorts of stuff in there. So that's one case, that's in the car now. There's another case which is not so big, about 3/4 of the size of that one. That's now full up, and there's my little hand luggage, which will have just a little mini iPad and headphones in, because the plane's 4.5 hours. There's no telly on the plane. You've got to take your own entertainment. And Perry's the thought of having to sit next to someone and listen to them, dear. Although if I'm spoken to, I will, of course, speak. I hope it's someone fit. I don't want some old codger sort of my age sitting next to me. Thank you very much. Can't think of anything worse. Tell them about what's wrong with them. The trouble with people, people over the age of sort of 50, 55, they just talk for England, don't they? Oh, God, and they go on and on and on without making any sense whatsoever in what's going on around them. God's sake, man. So there we are. Morning to Marc Cording. Good morning, Marc. Morning, Marc. Marc's birthday it was. Was it 31 or 32 you wore on Monday? It was Marc's birthday on Monday, so I hope you had a nice birthday. He came along to the karaoke. Just watched Ryan. It's finished now. Ryland's now completed 24-hour karaoke sessions on Radio 2. Yeah, we were just talking about that a moment ago, funnily enough, Marc. Yeah, I'm not a fan of his at all, really. However, credit where credit's due, to sing karaoke 24 hours, doing that, and fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 34 he was. Were you 34? Okay. Fair enough. So I put my case in the car, all the paperwork's in order, I've got my medical insurance thing, which I buy that annually now, my passport, tickets, actually I can print that out now. Oh no, another hour and I'll be able to print out my boarding pass. Not that you have to, because it comes up on your phone. These boarding pass... Oh, hang on a minute, who's tried to FaceTime me? Oh, my mate, at 23 minutes past 9. He must know I'm on air, mustn't he? God... So, the boarding pass comes on your phone, but I still print it out. How do you know? You might get to that exit gate and the phone's not working. Or so this happened to the people where the free network went down, wasn't it? They were trying to get their stuff up on their phones. Of course, it wasn't working. So I had to go and print out their boarding cards. So I've got to print that out in a little bit later on. Sean, absolutely. Sean completely agrees with me, who says, I can't stand people carrying on talking and talking. I think that's the kettle calling the pot black. Well, have you got a kettle or a pot there? Why would you have a black pot? You come out with some very strange stuff, Sean. I don't know what hell you're talking about there. Over 50s talking for England. Does anyone know anyone who fits that description? Well, I don't. Well, I do, actually. I mean, people on the telly, people like that. What's his name? Piers Morgan, who I was watching this morning. I've got to say, I am becoming a bit of a fan of Piers Morgan. I think he talks a lot of common sense. I did. I like BBC Breakfast. Sometimes it's a little bit wishy-washy, shall we say. You turn it over and there's poor Piers Morgan spouting, usually, some common sense. And I've been watching him this morning, and they had Sulu from Star Trek on this morning. Do you remember that? Yes, Captain. He's the Chinese, or the one of Chinese appearance, and he was on there this morning, and they were just talking about Star Trek. And I didn't know, but there was only where he said how many. First of all, Piers said, how many series of Star Trek was there? Was it just 3 series? And Sulu said, well, it was 3 seasons. And in the past, we always, over here, talked about TV series as series. You know, this series of Doctor Who. Now that's changed to seasons. And that's come from America, that has. That's come from America, the fact that it's talked about as a season rather than a series. But we're talking seasons now, I think. But it means series, I think. So they were saying there was only 3 series of Star Trek, but the ratings were constantly low the whole time. And I think it was on one night a week on whatever channel, NBS or CBS, one of those two. But it never really happened. So it was cancelled after 3 seasons. And he said, the thing is, after it was cancelled on the big networks, Sulu thinks it was sold very cheaply to all the small American syndicated stations, who then put it on every night of the week. And it just took off. And then along came the motion picture, and that was it. You know, but those first 3 series of Star Trek had very, very low ratings, so that's why it was cancelled. And it's a shame, because I think it could have gone on and on for a long time. But there we are. That's how it happened. So nice to see Sulu on Star Trek. And then I've recorded it, so I haven't seen it yet. He had Sharon Osbourne. He had someone on there. And they were talking, because is it Lily Allen? She wants to ban the song Rule Britannia. Oh, and here we go again, you know, and he's going on about this, that and the other. And he had someone on there who agreed with Lily Allen and started going, oh, it's all about colonialism and all that and what we did in the past and all that. I mean, this is what I've said before to people. How far back do you want to go? You know, how far back do you want to go? Now, Rule Britannia was nothing to do with colonialism or anything else. It was the fact that we're all here and we're all free. That's it. And these people, they come on and they just want to rewrite history all the time. This happened, get over it. You know, we got to move forward. You keep going back and wanting to change anything. And I think Piers Morgan talks an awful lot of sense. I'm quite likening to him. I didn't really used to like him. I thought he was a mouthy git, to be honest. I don't know anyone who else is a mouthy git. But there we are. I thought he was. But I'm warming to him. And the stuff he comes out with is absolute common sense most of the time, I think. I really do think that. And he also had on there Sharon Osbourne. And I just caught a couple of minutes of Sharon Osbourne. I think she was in Los Angeles or somewhere like that. My God, she looks fantastic. Wow. I mean, she's well into her 60s, isn't she? She looks absolutely fantastic. And I don't understand these people that have cosmetic surgery and have various things done to their faces, and they look hideous. Absolutely hideous, don't they? How do they manage to look so awful? But she's had it, and she admits to it. That's the best thing about it. All these people that they say, oh, I've never had cosmetic surgery. And you look at them and you know they've had stuff done to their faces. right? But she tells you, yes, I've had so much done, I've spent thousands on it, and she looks absolutely fantastic. She looks fantastic. And he was asking her, what do you think about this Rule Britannia? And she says, quite honestly, all this stuff people are coming out with all the time, these are people generally that are sitting at home and have got nothing better to do than think something else up to come on the telly and upset us all with. And Piers got some flack for going out the fact that there are now 100 genders. I don't think so. I don't think there's 100 genders at all. If you've got that, you're a boy. If you've got that, a girl, then you're a girl. Yeah, if you want to change it, all well and good. But that's what you've got. It's just, and I think he talks an awful lot of common sense, so I'm kind of warming to him there. All right, so that was the ITV this morning thing. Let's just have a little scroll down here. Good morning to Joey Miller. How comes you're live on Facebook? Am I? Oh, just a minute. Should just be the YouTube. Oh, so it is. So it is. We're on live on Facebook there. Oh dear. Okay, well that's a bit of a mistake there, gang. That shouldn't be. I must have knocked something off this morning. Okay, so if you're on Facebook watching the show, I can't see your messages. They don't come across. You need to join us on YouTube there. Okay, youtube.com/Chris Rin UK. Hit the subscribe button and a little bell, and that'll tell you when we're on. We should only be on YouTube at the moment. Okay, we should only be on YouTube, so that's a bit of a mistake there. I can, I can probably take that off now. Hang on a minute. Delete. There we go. I can take that off. Let's just. Oh, have I deleted the right one there? There we go. Gone. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for telling me that. I had no idea I was on there. That's a mistake. I must have knocked something off because there's a little buttons on this restream thing, and you turn things on and off depending on what you want on and off at the time. You see. Thanks for letting us know that. All right. Marc, Rule Britannia should never be banned. Absolutely, Marc. Absolutely. It's just people there who just think of things to upset everyone else all the time. Thing is, I wish these TV stations and radio stations just didn't give them the airing. Then we wouldn't have all these rows all the time. It's all done to create rows. I agree. Yvonne, I don't agree with her. Sorry. No, neither do I, Yvonne. Neither do I, my darling. Good. George Taki. That's right. Sulu from Star Trek, George. Yeah, he comes across as a nice bloke, doesn't he? Good morning to Liz. Morning to Liz Hargreaves. Good morning, young Liz. Where's Rebecca recently? Rachel. I haven't seen Rachel for a while, have I? Is it Rachel or Rebecca? I can't remember. Jason, don't mention Lily Allen. Get back under the rock you crawled from. Yeah, she's a mouthy cow, isn't she? She is a mouthy cow. She just says things to upset people. I think a lot of the time it's about wanting attention. I'm sure it is. You know, if these people want a bit of attention, why don't they just start a YouTube channel like I have? It's as simple as that, really. I'm sure you'd have loads of followers listening to every word you say, dear. Christ. Liz says she's most definitely a girl. Could you send proof of that, please, Liz? Roy wants to know, is Chris a man or a woman? I wish I knew, to be honest. Right. Okie doke, boys and girls. Let's do some news stories. We've got the raffle coming up as well, of course, later on. Here's an idea to help you sleep, boys and girls. An idea to help you sleep, but it's going to cost you some money. What do you think of this? Would you buy one of these, right? A headset which zaps the brain to treat insomnia could soon be available to buy and use at home. The device targets neurons in the brain responsible for sleep with lots of small jolts of electricity. Its makers claim it reduces the time it takes to nod off. Wow. You just imagine having this on. So have I got a pair of headphones in here? Maybe I haven't. I thought I had a pair in here somewhere. No, no headphones. Just imagine this thing on your head, you know. You're sitting there trying to nod off. Like that one. Like, you know when they have that heart thing, when you see it on Casualty, and I watched Holby City last night. That was good. That was good. And on there we've got a new family, 2 dads and a mother. 2 gay boys and the mother, right? But I don't think she's given up the baby. They're all gonna be together. 3 of them. Oh, what's that all about? I don't get it. 2 men, yeah. 2 women, yeah. Man and woman, yeah. But 3 of them? How does that work? Surely someone's going to be feeling left out most of the time, or some of the time even. Don't you think? What do you think about that? I just don't get it. Just don't get it. Anyway, let's go back to the electric headphones, shall we? You're sitting there just nodding off, and you get a little jolt. Can you try that yourself? See what it's like to have a little jolt like that. Go on, do it. Ready? Do it. Let's do it. Well. It says the portable gadget, which costs, ready for this, £399. I can find a much cheaper way of you falling asleep than buying one of these. Just watch one of my shows. I'll have you nodding off like that. Have you ever tried that? Put one of my shows in if you can't sleep, and I guarantee you will fall asleep. Young mothers all over the world play this show to their babies when they keep crying, and they soon shut up. It says 1/3 in the Daily Mail today, 1/3 of the population has difficulty sleeping, which means they get less than the 8 hours of the NHS recommends each night. What did I have last? I slept. I've been sleeping very well recently, actually. Yeah, I had extra sleep yesterday afternoon. Instead of my 2 hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, it ended up as 3 hours for some reason. Anyway, medical treatments for insomnia are limited to potent sleeping pills, which can come with a host of nasty side effects. I've never ever had a sleeping tablet. Never. The new device, called Modius Sleep, claims to work by sending out an electrical pulse into the head, into the hypothalamus, which is a small region of the brain located near the pituitary gland. It's responsible for shutting down the brain's arousal signals. A few of you are aroused watching this morning, aren't you? Anyone feeling aroused? Yes. I know you are. And it's usually the quiet ones. It'll be Roy Brownlow and Sean Pye who are getting very aroused watching me on the telly, aren't you? Absolutely. It's responsible for shutting down the brain's arousal signals and triggering the transition into sleep. The Mobius device also zaps neurons in the brain stem, the part responsible for sending messages between the brain and the body. And it controls whether people... Would you buy one of these? It controls whether people feel awake or sleepy and regulates how much REM sleep... And it starts getting all technical. It will eventually sell for £399 for customers in the UK and Northern Ireland, and $500 for those in the US. They've had a headset out already, the Modius Slim, which sends electrical signals to suppress appetite and trigger fat loss. So, I don't know how that works. So there's something perhaps for you to try, if you're one of those people. And there's lots of people, who do have trouble sleeping. Perhaps that's a thing for you, but it's going to cost you £400. A lot of money indeed. Morning to Paul and Lou. Good morning, Paul and Lou. Just rolled out of bed. No, you don't have trouble sleeping, do you? You come here solo. Is this early for you? Perhaps the show's too early for you. Would you rather an afternoon show? Joey, hello to Amelia. She's almost home from her journey, and she says, have a great holiday. Thank you very much, Joey. It's very kind of you. Amelia, gone back to Ireland. Ah, well. When's she coming back for you? My wife, Tina, has just said, have a great holiday. Thank you very much, Sean. And thank you, Tina. Much kindness of you to say such a thing. Thank you, darling. Good morning to Joanna. Morning, Joanna. Evola in the house. Hello, darling. Fun things to do with tech. Has insomnia. I've had under 1 hour sleep. Is that right? Oh, God. That's the worst thing, isn't it? That's the worst thing. I remember when my mum wasn't very well, sometime before I lost her, all that time ago. And she had trouble sleeping. And I remember saying, I wish someone would just get a hammer and knock me out. I can't sleep. It was awful. Awful. Colin K has just said, what's that little... 10 euros. Thank you. What are they, darling? 10 euros. Thank you, Colin. Very kind. 10 euros from Colin. How kind are you? Thank you, Colin. That's very, very kind. Colin, would you like one of these? You can get one of my, oh, it's here. Do you want one of those? If you send me your postal address, I will pop one of these in the post for you. Hang on a minute. Where is the email? There you go. Email me your postal address and I will send one of these to you, okay? All right? Very happy to do that. Oh, the super chat jingle, which is slightly different now. Here it is. There you go. The super chat jingle. Oh, hang on. Adam sent one earlier. The super chat jingle. Yeah. Got 2 this morning. Gosh. I might be able to upgrade to first class. Oh, no, there isn't one. Not on those little planes. Thank you very much, Colin. If you want one of these little badges, I can send it off this morning, actually, before I go. Pop your postal address to that email address and I'll send one. Or if you don't want one, that's fine as well. All right. Thank you very much. Liz is now feeling aroused. I thought you would be, Liz. I mean, you must calm down. A cold flannel. A cold flannel across your head will help, Liz. I promise you, darling. Thank you to Yvonne saying, I hope you had a lovely family holiday. Thank you very much. Lots of people wishing me a happy holiday there. Thank you very much. We can only play the jingle once for each super chat, Joanna, I'm afraid. Every time there's a super chat, you'll get the jingle. All right, my darling. I've got all sorts of things here. What else have I got? A happy birthday, all my bits of music all on the side there. Sean Pye, another one. What's going on here this morning? Thank you very much, Sean. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As I say, you know, it's not about the cash. It's about the fact that you enjoy the show so much that you feel the need to send something, and that's always so much appreciated. Thank you, Sean. Do you want another one of these? You know what to do. Send me your postal address, or if you don't want one, that's fine as well, okay? So thank you very much. Good morning to Gareth Loxton. Oh, it's a little sticker. It's a little man, look. So that's a super chat sticker. Super chat sticker. Like that all the time, isn't it? I did try that once in the gym. That gyms must be one of the most boring places in the world. I think it's what you like. Now, I'm quite happy going into a swimming pool and for 45 minutes for an hour, just going up and down. Up and down. Sometimes fast, sometimes a bit slower. I only use 2 strokes. My breaststroke, which is very slow, and my overarm stroke, which is a sort of a reasonable speed. It's certainly not the fastest in there. But I can just about get into the sort of medium to fast lane sometimes. But gym, lifting all that stuff, that bores me to tears. Absolutely bores me to tears. I would like to do it again. You know, there are blokes in the gym that are like, 70, 80 years old. They really are, it's not an age thing. My nephew goes to the gym. He's just joined us there, Gary, playtime with Evie and Harry. Okay, that's my nephew. He goes to the gym. He does the walking thing, and I don't know what else he does. Do you lift weights, Gary? Do you do weightlifting or not? Not sure if you do or not. All right. Did you send your Did you send your postal address yet? I'll look at that. I'll do that just before I go out to the grave, to Mum and Dad's grave later on. Good. Oh, you do that. Marc does weightlifting. Yeah, well, I saw a picture of you, Marc, doing, recently. And you say you do weightlifting. Can I ask, have you only just started doing it, lovey? Because I'm not really seeing much. No, I hope you're not offended by that. But, I sort of expected even a little bit, but nothing. Why is that? I'm so naughty. Could you send us pictures of you on your holiday doing the breaststroke? What, in my Speedos? Thank you, Fran. Oh dear, let's do another story. Lots of stories here for you today. Good. Louie Tomlinson, this is from one of the No Direction, but One Direction boys. Gareth walks past the gym. Does that count? No, it doesn't. Louie Tomlinson, dig at One Direction's fake music. Now, this is in a Daily Mirror this morning. And I don't know what he's going on about, to be honest, right? Louie Tomlinson, he's the little blondie boy. Oh, he's older now, of course. Louie Tomlinson took a bit of a swipe at One Direction's music as he branded it vague. A little bit like I am most of the time, vague. The singer said the songs he released with his bandmates Harry Styles, Liam Payne, Zayn Malik and Niall Horan, who were put together on the X Factor in 2010, didn't mean anything and were simply designed to appeal to the masses. Well, what did you expect? I mean, Simon Cowell, again, not a fan of his, but he knows what he's doing to sell lots of records. Why else do you think he would take you on? He is a money-making man. That's what you were there for. I can't believe this lad has come out and said this. He's 27 years old now, and he says the songs were just about getting number ones and nothing else, and that he never enjoyed writing them. I mean, I don't know what else he expected. He's a nice enough lad, but to come out with something like this, didn't you realise at the time you were being taken on to sell music that makes money? You know? I mean, if you didn't want to do it, then just sit at home and play the piano on yourself like I do. You know, I go downstairs on it's about 20 years old now, my piano, come organ, strings and all that business on it. You know, I sit there and I play myself usually religious music, hymns and things like that. I've got my headphones on if it's late at night and I'm sitting there playing hymns and that. That would never sell. You know, if you're going into a mass market, of course you are there to sell music by the bucket load. He said, being in a band like One Direction and the type of band that we were and where we came from is not real. Of course it's not. I have this discussion many, many times with my sister's husband, my brother-in-law, Martin. We have this. There is so much around you in the pop music industry, on the radio, on the television, that is fake. And I'm convinced that the older you get, the more you can see it for yourself. I'm absolutely convinced in that. I put the telly on in the morning, for example, watching Piers Morgan this morning. Now, he's not fake. He's for real. He tells you what he thinks and how it is. I'd like to think I'm a bit like that. I'll be honest and tell you how it is and what I think. But there are people on that telly that are as fake as anything. And as you get older, you will be able to see that. If you're at the moment, even in your 30s, sort of between 0 and 40, I don't think you can quite see it yet. But once you go over your 50s, you look at some of these people on the telly and they are as fake as anything. It says, this lad says, you're aiming for as many number ones as you can possibly get, the biggest deals. Everything is on such a massive scale. The One Direction stuff wasn't straightforward, but an element of it was because you're doing songs that are relatively vague. I'm a vague person myself. So it fits into 4 or 5 personalities and it's automatically less personal. Oh. Hang on. Have I dropped a peel then? Oh, I've dropped a peel. Hang on a minute. Silly boy. Now, Louie is much more proud of his forthcoming album, Solo LP Wallace. So that'd be interesting to see what that's like. But he said, when I sat down and listened to my album when it was finished, I felt super proud because I know how long and how many little things I've changed throughout the way. My lyrics are real and relatable as I can be. Lyrics are important to me, so I'm happy with my words. So there we are. Despite their vague music and 3-year hiatus, the One Direction boys are still earning £38,000 a week from their days in the band. Now, that's not bad. But, you know, I mean, I just find it difficult to believe that someone wouldn't realise that they are being taken on to make a lot of money for them and the other person. And he's now made an album. The fact is, he wouldn't have been able to make the album had he not become the superstar that he was. It would have been extremely difficult. The very fact that someone got him into the market, i.e. Simon Cowell, has opened all sorts of doors to him so that he can do this other stuff. So how you can go around slating someone else, not so much slating her, but coming out with something like that and not being perhaps just a little bit grateful for all that money he's earned and the stardom that he's bought, that has come with it, so that he is now able, with that One Direction money still, if this album flops, doesn't matter, the One Direction money is still pouring in. £38,000 a week. I mean, can you just imagine being on that sort of money? Footballers are on more than that. £38,000 a week, and he's not happy, for God's sake. I mean, what does it take then? What a funny thing to say. What a funny thing to say. Morning to Steph Diamond, who's a little bit late this morning. A very good morning to you. Fran agrees. Thank you, Fran. And you're chatting away to each other. There we are. First lot of pasties in. Puff pastry. Oh, he's making. Brenda from Bristol's making pastry today. Very nice. Mark's offended. No, you're not, Mark. You would never be offended from anything that I say, I reckon. Right, one more story, and then we'll do today's raffle tickets. Okay. Here's one for the university students. Oh, we've found you another little safe space, my darlings. Oh, you lucky things. The little old university students have somewhere else now when they're all upset and can't cope with life. Oh, it just makes me so sad that these university students, they can't cope with life. Oh, we're upset and offended. Oh, it's too much noise. And on and on. Well, in a Daily Mirror this morning, a university has come up with an unusual method of helping its students to cope with exam stress. A meditation grave. I don't know if I'll see one of these today when I go to the cemetery to visit my dear mum and dad. The university has come up with a meditation grave. Many of us have been trying to arrange alternative therapies to help students suffering from anxiety during exam periods. I don't know how we coped. Most of you are sort of, anyone on there, most of you are over the age of 30, I know. But we coped with our exams. I mean, I hated exams. Oh, I hated it. I went to a really good school, actually, the London Oratory School. But, if you haven't got it in your head, then you haven't got it. And I don't think I did. I've said many times, I certainly don't consider myself intelligent in any way, shape or form. However, doing those exams and going into that hall and sitting there, I remember turning over page, and particularly I think it was either the RE one or the maths one. I can't remember which one it was. And I turned, okay, time starts now, and you turn over this page, and you see these questions. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I thought, I don't know any of these. I'm looking at these maths questions. I just couldn't do them. I think I got an E for maths. A, B, C, D, E, unclassified. That was the O levels. A, B, C, D, E, unclassified. Religious education, unclassified. Music, unclassified. Geography, unclassified. English language, C. Physics, C. And basically, they were the only two I got. And a pass was A, B or C. So I must have just scraped through on those. But I sat there and I look at this file. You'd look at this and you go through the book, looking at all the questions. The exam might start at 10. It finishes at 1, say 3-hour exam or something like that. So I'd go through all these questions at 10 o'clock. 1 hour. And I thought, oh my God. Then you look at the clock and it was now 2 minutes past 10. I've got to now sit here until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, just bored. Couldn't do it. But we coped. We got there, didn't we? Not the little university people of today. Oh, they can't cope. It says, Some students have been offered dog sessions. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Some students have offered therapy dog sessions, mindfulness meetings, and even designated quiet spaces, but no university has gone quite as far as Radboud University. Located in Nijmegen, I don't know where that is. That it's in Dutchland, Netherlands. Okay, Dutchland. I call it Dutchland in Holland. They recently went viral after an alumni revealed their unique approach to managing student stress. A grave, literally. Good morning, LaBelle. Welcome to the show, lovely LaBelle. Behind the student chapel is an open grave. And while it's not operational in the strictest sense of the word, people are dying to get in it. Inside the grave is an appropriate sign which says, "Stay weird." I think I've managed to do that across all the years that I've been here so far. One of the students says, "Me and my housemate were planning on going a week and a half ago, and we found that there is a waiting list to actually get into the grave, so it's quite popular. So we didn't get the chance yet, but I'm planning to go sometime soon whenever I move up." So basically, it's a big hole in the ground. And there's like a bottom, like a blanket, possibly a bit of a mattress in there, I don't know. And there's a pillow at the top. And it's looks like it's about 4 or 5 feet down, maybe 6 feet. The purification grave, complete with blanket and yoga mat for comfortable, if a tad morbid, meditation. But according to the project's founder, a member of the staff at the student chapel, the grave is actually about making pupils appreciate their time on this earth a little more. John, this bloke says, "The end of life, death is a taboo, difficult for students. Death is a very, very difficult task to talk about, especially when you're 18, 19 or 20 years old. Popularised by campus posters under the title Memento Mori, Latin for Remember You Will Die, the grave experience can be booked for a minimum of 30 minutes and up to 3 hours." So there we are. So I'm going to give you a choice now, boys and girls. Let's see what you answer. Would you like to go and lay in that grave for 3 hours? Or watch one of my shows for 3 hours? What is it going to be? Do you want to lay in that grave for 3 hours? Or do you want to watch one of my shows for 3 hours? The choice is yours, boys and girls. The choice is yours. Right. Now, where's my pen? Oh, there's one there. My special pen as purchased for me for Wendy. Right, let me just prepare for a moment. I'll read a couple of your messages. Mark, it's 6 weeks now till Christmas Day. Not long to go now, Mark. Hope you started saving up for a present for me. I'm waiting for presents. Presents. All right. I've got one more story, actually. I've got one more story I'm going to read you. But I'll read that after we've done the raffle tickets. Just talking to you, I start. Okay, Steph, watch one of your shows for 3 hours. Would you actually sit there and watch? I've never done a 3 hour show. The most I've done is about 2.25. 2.25. Yvonne would really watch me. Oh, Yvonne would really watch me. Joey. Sean's going to take his chances in the grave. Well, I'll tell you what, Sean, if I see you in there, I'm going to start shoveling the earth in. See how much you like that, mate. Mark would rather lay in the grave. Yeah, do us all a favour. Lay in the grave and sing to yourself in there, Mark. Won't have to listen to you then. Oh, by the way, did you get 2 songs in on Monday? Why'd you get there so late? It's not like you're doing anything, is it? If only you'd come a little bit early, you could sing 3 or 4 times in a night. I think most people on a Monday do sing. Those that are there at 7:30 tend to get 3 songs in, sometimes 4. You know, so you come in so late, and sometimes people come in even later than you and they can't get on at all. But you come so late sometimes, mate. Jason, Fran would like to watch the show for 3 hours. Thank you, Fran. Thank you, Fran. Let's do the raffle tickets. Paul and Lou, you get the first one. 45. Paul and Lou. Who wants a raffle ticket? Speak now. If you're watching a recording of the show, email me your request for a raffle ticket and I'll put it in for you, okay? You might have to wait till I come back off holiday to do that, though, unless you get that in quick this morning, okay? Jason Hughes, 46. Steph would watch me. Thank you, Steph. Joanna Evola, 47. Thank you, Claire. Claire would watch me for 3 hours. Thank you, Claire. Mark Bowles, 48. Don't forget, say raffle ticket if you want one. If it's something else, then I won't put it in so I can keep an eye on it. Please only ask for once for your raffle ticket, okay? When I get to what I think is the end of the list, I'll say that. And then you can tell me if I've missed you out, okay? Yvonne would watch one of the shows. So would Joe. Joey, thank you. Jason would watch the show for 3 hours. You're mad. You're all mad. Thank you, Fran. Paul and Lou. Have I done Paul and Lou? Oh, what am I doing now? Hang on a minute. I've lost the plot here. 45. Where's 45 gone? Did I do Paul and Lou? Oh, hang on. What's that there? No, that's from yesterday. Have I done that yet? Thought I did Paul and Lou first. 1 minute. 45. 46. Where's 45 gone? Is that it there? 30. There it is, 45. Okay, Paul and Lou's done it now. So Paul and Lou I've done already. Oh, I've lost my place in the blooming thing now. Hang on a minute. That's because it's jumping forward. Paul and Lou. Where did we get to? Mandy Davenport. 49. Tony King, number 50. And there we are, we're away. 51 to Colin K. Thank you, Colin. Sent me a nice little super chat today, didn't you, Colin? Thank you, Colin. Fran Green, 52. Steph Diamond, 53. Steph was the last one there. 53. Diane Jeb. Hello, Diane. 54. Diane Sean Pye, 55. Sean Pye, 55. Brenda from Bristol, 56. 56. Where's Brenda's one gone now? 56. Michael Pullman would rather watch a 3-hour show. Thank you, Michael. 57. 58 for the delightful LaBelle. Thank you, LaBelle. 59, Joey Millen. Sorry, Joey, you can't ask for someone else, mate. She's got to ask herself. Get her to send me an email, okay? 60 for Claire. 60 for Claire. Excuse me. Someone said we'd be doing a show from aboard so that we can still get our raffle tickets. Dear. Thank you very much to Mark Jones, who sent £2. Good morning, Mark. Do you want one of our our super chat badges? If you want one of those, Mark, okay, send me your postal address to that email and I'll put one in the post for you this morning. All right. Thank you very much. A £2 super chat coming there from young Mark. Thank you, Mark. There you go, darling. There's the super chat jingle for you. I think sometimes people just send the cash so that they can hear that jingle. Where are we now? Mark Cording, number 61 for you, Mark. The next raffle, incidentally, is not next Monday, it's the Monday after. And that'll be between 9 and 10 o'clock. So that's Monday week. So that'll be Monday the 24th. It would be the 24th. It'd be the 24th then. God. time, it just tick, tick, tick so fast. Another one from Mark Jones, another fiver from Mark Jones. Thank you, Mark. Wow. Oh, it's like being paid to actually do a whole show today. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Very kind and very appreciated. It really is. Mark Cording, 61. Where are we going now? Mark wants number 62. How's the Slimming World going now, Mark? Because you went on holiday and it went up to be expected when you go on holiday. I should have weighed myself this morning and told you what it was, but I haven't had time to. I haven't remembered. Oh yes, and we were talking yesterday about will there be any shows when I'm on holiday? Probably yes, but they will be uploaded to the YouTube, so there'll be recorded shows, a bit like family videos. If I get time, I may well do one just like this, actually. I'll have to find somewhere to put the camera in. It'll all be done on the iPhone, all right? So, yeah, I'm sure I can do one or two little shows while I'm out there, have a little bit of a chat. But I won't have my raffle tickets with me or anything like that, I'm afraid. Okay? So, no raffle tickets while I'll be doing the show. They're all done. All right. Moostron. Good morning, Moostron. You've been sitting there. How long have you been there? Sitting there quietly on the side? Eh? Thank you, Moostron. Mark has now lost 1 stone and 8 pounds. Congratulations and celebrations when I tell everyone that I'm in love with you. Well, you're in love with me? I can't remember what it is now. Thank you very much. All righty, thank you very much. Mark, there's Mark. There's Mark. There's Moostron. Excellent. Amelia sent me an email, so that'll be dealt with later. How long am I away for? Just a week. Just a week. My mate will be moving into the house. He likes to stay here when I'm away because I've got the big house. I say bit. It's only an extra bedroom. He's got 2 and I've got 3. But yeah, it's like someone going away for a holiday themselves. Even though it's only just down the road, you know, different garden, different stuff in the house. So it's nice, isn't it? And plus, people keep an eye on your house then as well, which is fantastic. So there we are. Right, I think I've done all the tickets. Have I missed anyone out? Please speak now. Meanwhile, in the Daily Mail Online, anyone who likes electric train sets. I'm a big fan of electric train sets. Mark has got Slimmer of the Week. Congratulations. I never got that, Slimmer of the Week. I never got that. I think I won some sort of award. I got the usual, you know, half a stone, 1 stone and all that. By the way, Mark, do you go to group? I meant to ask you. Do you actually go to the group therapy? It's not a therapy. Therapy? It's not. Do you go to group? This time I'm doing it on my own at the moment. Simply because I haven't got time to go to a group, really. No, I'm away from tomorrow, Mark. Away from tomorrow, mate. Away from tomorrow. Do you go to group? Electric train sets. I love them. I've got various little engines. That was my favourite ever birthday present, Christmas present when I was 16. And it's still, it's that slightly oily smell from the motor that I like. Electric train sets. I've actually got a set in my cupboard that now and again, it's only 1 circle. It's only 1 circle, and it's an Intercity 125 train. It's all in a box. Steph Diamond sends £10. Oh my God! Yeah, baby. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Steph. I shall be eating like a king on holiday with all this cash coming in. Thank you very much, Steph. Thank you, darling. Much appreciated. All right, much appreciated. You lovely thing. Yes, Mark goes to the group. Oh, yeah, right. Well, you know what we're saying there then. Yeah, so the group is very, very good to go to Slimming World. Anyone who's ever done Slimming World and have been to the group, you'll know what I'm talking about. Very, very good to go. And, you know, if you want to lose weight, go to Slimming World. Don't take any notice of people who say it doesn't work. It doesn't work if you stop doing it. You know, you go to Slimming World to lose the weight, and then after that, you know, when you've lost the weight, you can't then go back to eating donuts and burgers and crisps every day of the week. Yes, you can have a donut now and again. Yes, you can go to McDonald's now and again. Just not every day. And I think I'll come on. Let me come on to that story in a minute. I think what happens is that you lose the weight and you remain at that level. Then you start having a little bit here and there. And that doesn't really affect it, you know. 1 donut a week is not going to make you put on a pound, okay? If you have that donut on the Monday, by the next Monday, it's gone, right? But what happened with me is that, I went out for an afternoon tea and didn't really affect the weight. And maybe the next week I'll have an afternoon tea this week. No, it didn't affect the weight. Next week I'll have a donut on the Monday. Oh, I'll go out to TGI Fridays on Tuesday. Not really affecting the weight. And you see how these little extra bits that you're giving as a treat suddenly start to become normal again. And I'm sure it's the same for some of you, when you was a child, did your mum or dad or whoever looked after you, did you go to the sweet shop every day? Did you have cakes every day? I bet you didn't. You didn't put on weight either, did you? And you were probably out there playing and doing all sorts of stuff. Now, if I go into the post office, and I generally don't go in there to buy chocolate or anything like that, just for some stamps or something, and there's always queues of children in there, not with 1 or 2, but 3 bars of chocolate and a bag of crisps. Good morning, Sam. Morning, Sam. Bags of crisps, things like that. And even from my own point of view, sometimes you're driving home and you're doing the Slimming World. Oh, I feel really hungry tonight on the way home. I'll just pop in the garage for a sandwich. And you go in and get a sandwich. Oh, I'll have a bag of crisps as well. Oh, and a bar of chocolate for pudding. See, so that sandwich has now become a sandwich, a bag of crisps and a chocolate bar. That's just one night. And then the next night, I had a sandwich yesterday. It didn't really affect my weight, so I'll have another one tonight. And then you're back on it. See? And then that treat that you had on the Monday becomes Tuesday as well, and then Wednesday. And then, I did Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. I might as well have another one today. And then you're back on it. The secret is to lose that weight, and then when you've lost the weight and not before, you can't have treats if you're trying to lose it. Once you've lost the weight, then you can treat yourself. And as long as you stay generally on that Slimming World plan, little cheat here, little cheat there isn't going to make much difference. But cheating every day of the week, of course it is. And these people, they lose the weight and then they think, oh, I'm so happy, da-da-da. Then they start putting it all back on again because they're eating the stuff they used to eat. And then they tell everyone that Slimming World doesn't work. Of course it doesn't work if you don't stick to it. What did you think would happen? So that's the secret there. Marc does have a raffle. Yeah, all the groups have raffles. But the stuff they raffle, you can win things like apples and fat, like big carrots or something in a bag like that. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. It really is. Anyway, I'll do some of your more messages in a moment. Jason says, if I was committed to the gym like I am for Greg's, I'd definitely be a size 0. And good morning to Adrian Richardson, who is in a hospital appointment. Is it hot in there? Oh, not nice, has it been in hospitals and places? It's so hot in those places. Fun thing to do is with tech. I believe home-cooked food and kids should be taught at school. Yes, I mean, we were never taught cooking at school. I went to an all-boys school, but you would have thought they taught some sort of cooking in there, wouldn't it? What do they call that now? Home economics, was it called, or something like that? Home-cooked food is definitely better for you. When I was a child, we never, ever went out for food. We never bought in takeaway food. Mind you, the takeaway foods were very limited then. We had a fish and chip. We lived in Roehampton. We had 2 fish and chip shops and a Coombs Bakers. That was it. There was no kebab shop, no fried chicken shop, no McDonald's, no Burger King. We had none of that. All we had was 2 fish and chip shops and a Greg's, a Coombs. That's all we had. Every day, my mum would cook dinner from scratch, and that's it. That's how it was. Anyway, let's go to this story then. If you like electric trains, Rod Stewart. Does that kind of conjure up in your mind? Electric trains, the name Rod Stewart? Perhaps not. And I didn't know this. In the Daily Mail this morning, he has long been known as a model railway enthusiast. even if at times he didn't want to talk about it. Now, I said to you, I've actually got a whole train set in a box, which now and again comes out, and I put it downstairs, and it's just one loop of track, and I put my little Intercity 125 on it, and the coaches, and I turn it on, and for 10 minutes I watch it going around. And I don't know what it is that we like about electric train sets. Lego have wonderful train sets. And the beauty is with the Lego one, the actual electric part of it is not in the rails. It's in the actual locomotive. So you haven't got to worry about trying to get electricity to go all around these rails. And, you know, if you've got an electric train set, if you're someone who's got one of those, you'll know exactly what I mean. By sometimes, if you haven't put the rails properly together, you've broken the circuit. And the train goes over and then simply stops. Doesn't happen with Lego ones, right? Because the motor and the power is in the train via the form of batteries. It's fantastic. And some of these Lego train sets come with remote controls. So similarly, like the old traditional electric train sets, which I've got, where you've got a controller controlling the voltage on the track like that. With the Lego ones, you've got your remote control and you can slow it down and speed it up. Wonderful Lego train sets. I'd like one of those, please. If my sister's watching, Christmas is coming up, sis. Can you do that? Lego train set. Yes, please. Anyway, Rod Stewart's legendary layout, 26 years in the making, can now be seen for the first time in all its finished glory. This is in this morning's Daily Mail, and there's a picture of it. And it's fantastic. It's very detailed, this train set, like buildings and little people and all sorts of things. It's so well made. The size of it, I told you I've got a little train set, goes round and round in one loop. The size of Rod Stewart's train set is 124 foot long and 23 feet wide. It depicts an American city and its industrial hinterland in the 1940s, containing hundreds of buildings from trackside switchmen, shanties to vast factories and skyscrapers. And it looks fantastic, this thing. Called the Grand Street and Three Rivers City, it also features a railway station crossed by numerous bridges at rush hour. I wonder if I can post this for you. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, sorry. Ignore me. Shut up, Chris. I'm going to pop out chat. Hang on. Let's see if I can... No, damn, I've done the wrong... Closed the wrong blooming window then. I'm going to... Do that. Do that. Let's see if I can post this for you. Then you can have a look at it. There it is. Does that work? Right, hang on. There you go. Click on that and you'll be able to see it. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, I'll have to remember that. I can actually post things while I'm doing the show. That's good, isn't it? Oh, no. I've only just closed the story down, haven't I? Hang on. Reopen closed window. Will that work? Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Okay, let's go back to this story then. And it says there are period cars and lorries as well, of course, as trains, and it's all surrounded by lush landscape and dramatically lit in the colours of late afternoon sunshine. And there's a picture of him, old Rod Stewart there down. Of course, you know, he's got the money to be able to do this. And the space of, well, you know, to have something like that, you've got to have a blooming big room. I haven't got one of those. But it's wonderful. Rod Stewart told the Railway Modeller magazine that scenery and structure modelling, rather than locomotives, track work or electrics, are his forte. It's the landscape I like. Attention to detail, extreme detail is paramount. There shouldn't be any unsightly gaps or pavements that are too clean, he said. This also extends to soccer fan Sir Rod, referencing his beloved Celtic Football Club in the name of the Celtic Coal and Steel Firm building. And the 74-year-old has now hang on a minute, let me read that bit there. Where's it gone now? He told the magazine he doesn't think American railways are better than British ones. They're bigger, the locos are bigger, but not any better. And do have a look at that. What he's created there is absolutely amazing. And you've got to be very talented to be able to do something like that. I mean, I can put an electric train set together, plug the rails together, put the electric on the track and position them like that. I can do all that. What I'm not very good at that is artistic stuff. I can't draw. I'm absolutely useless at drawing or making pictures or anything like that. All those little logos that you see coming up, the raffle one and the bingo there, someone else does that. I go on a site called Fiverr, Fiverr, I think it is, or Fiverr, something like that. I go on there and I pay someone, whoever it is, a small amount to do that. They're the same sort of people as me. They're doing it as kind of something that they love doing, the same as I do this. I love doing it. You know, they're the same people, and for like $5, maybe $10, something like that, they will create you a little thing, like for example, the raffle thing like that. That's $10, I think that was, and we got the bingo one as well. You know, the bingo thing, and also all the other little bits and pieces. You know, when you see the closing film at the end with all that was created by someone for me, for a small amount of money. You don't need to be paying tens of hundreds of pounds and things like that. A very good example of that is the John Lewis advert. Now, John Lewis spends millions, and I mean millions, on their Christmas advert. And it's fantastic. Generally, I don't think there's been a John Lewis advert that I haven't enjoyed. We've got the Christmas one coming soon, I'm sure. Right? But if you go onto YouTube, you will find spoof John Lewis adverts, which are of very, very similar quality as the ones that John Lewis paid for. You know, someone has come along, perhaps someone young, perhaps someone a bit younger, someone a bit older, but they've seen the let's make our own John Lewis advert, and they do it and they put it up there, and the quality is fantastic, and they've done it from a few quid. You know, just a few dollars. Doesn't cost them much to do it at all. So you can do stuff that you love doing without spending an absolute fortune. Now, if you're Rod Stewart, then you have got that money to do it. But it looks to me like he's made a lot of all these things and stuff, and that requires a great deal of talent to do stuff like that. Yes, he is an international star, and yes, he's a great singer, this, that, and the other. But there's other sides to people as well where they do these little things. And you read the stories, and you're absolutely amazed by that. And I am. And as I say, I could probably get a very large board and generally lay out a piece of track so that there's sidings and circles, various circles. What I couldn't do is put little trees on there and houses and gravel and make it look like a scene. I couldn't do that. He can, obviously. Fantastic. Do have a little look at that. It really is fantastic to see that. You can actually get, I'm sure I've seen somewhere before, you can actually get a company, which is probably, I would imagine, a few old blokes. You can get them to come round, measure your room, right, and design and install a model railway. You can actually, probably cost you quite a lot of money, I would imagine. You know? Perhaps I should have done that rather than having the bathroom done in the caravan in a few weeks' time. I should have spent the money on a model railway set in my spare room here, perhaps. You know, you can actually have someone come round and do that. Does that take some of the fun out of it? Well, of course it does. But if you can't do that sort of thing, then you have to pay someone to do that sort of thing, and that's it. It's like plumbing. You know. I'm sure there's one or two of you blokes on here, and the ladies as well, who could install a bathroom or a kitchen. I might be able to... No, I couldn't. I tell you what, I would do it. I could probably have a go at doing it, and then I'd have to get someone in to sort out the mess that I'd made. Can't do it. Some people say, oh, anyone can do anything. No, don't agree with that at all. Don't agree with that at all. You have to find what you can do and then do it, and leave the rest to someone else. Pay someone else to do it. Yeah, but I'm sure there's a few of the blokes on here as well. You know, like my sister's husband, you can watch a YouTube video of something that you want to do that you haven't done before. Watch the YouTube video and then do it. That's fantastic. I can't do something like that, unfortunately. I have to pay someone to do it. So keep the super chats coming in future. Not today though, because I've nearly finished. With the super chat today, I've decided to install a new kitchen. Thank you very much for all of you who sent super chats today. All right. Let's. Where did we get to there? Sam458 was dreaming about me last night. Oh, did you? Well, you better wash the sheets after that, Sam. All right. Hello to Dr. SOS Gregorian. You pressed Raffle and Bingo VT. Yeah, I'm just showing you a demonstration there. Just showing you a little demonstration of them there, okay? Thank you, Yvonne, for your nice things that you're saying there. What was the site called again? What site? What of people who install model railways? I don't know. I can maybe look it up. Model railway. Let's have a look. Is that it there? Here we go. Here you go. Here you go. Found it. PLS layouts. Okay, give you the address. Write this down. Ready? PLS dash, not underscore, dash, PLS dash layouts.co.uk. Right, you ready for this? Founded in 1987, POS, Professional Layout Services, have 25 years' experience in professional design and construction of model railway layouts, train sets, and dioramas for both private and corporate clients. Our corporate clients include people like Virgin Money, Thousand, various other. We offer model railway design and construction in any gauge from Z, that's the really tiny ones. You know, I mean, if I had a Z railway layout in here, you could have that in a very small space. They're tiny, these little trains, right? Right up to G gauge with the larger Scout Garden railway installations. Now that you can get garden gauge. I think it's either G or garden gauge. Now, they're quite large, but you can have them going around the garden in all weathers. Oh, it's fantastic. Cost, I don't know what the cost is. I would imagine it's quite expensive. We will complete your model railway layout to any degree of finish, both indoors and outdoors, in the gardens, regardless of size and complexity, from Hornby track mats to garden railways. We are happy to deliver or travel nationally and internationally to complete your model railway requirements. No job is too big or too small. We have no minimum job size or minimum charge. We are, however, limited by the number of hours in the day. Our model railway design and construction services have been used in clients across the UK and globally, from America to Australia. And there's various videos in there. From the pictures on there, it looks good. It looks good. So if you want to have a look at that, PLS-layouts.co.uk. So British company as well. Got to keep the money in this country, dear. All right, so there we are. Sam dreamt that we were dancing together. I screamed and realised it was a dream. Was the scream that you were disappointed? Was the... Adam, 64. Adam. Was the scream that you were disappointed that you woke up, or was the scream the fact that you were dancing and you thought it was me? What is it? Fran says there's more to life. You only get one time here, so you need to get your train set if you want to. Oh, Fran. Don't even tempt me. I've got a spare bedroom next door to this little studio. There's my bedroom, this little studio, which is a small bedroom, and a larger bedroom there. I've got room for it, believe me. There's a bed in there. No one ever blooming stays here other than... And that's when I'm not here. No one ever stays here anymore. I bought that bed. It must have been in there for 5 years. I bet it's been slept in about... No, actually, How long's that bed been there? No, not long at all. About 10 years that bed's been there. Probably been used about 10 times. You know. Besides, anyone comes here, I can stick them on the settee downstairs, can't I? All right. Oh, Fran, stop tempting me, dear. I could inquire, I suppose. No, I've got other things to do anyway. Right, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Happy birthday. We'll do today's... Oh, itchy nose, sorry. We'll do today's and tomorrow's birthdays, as I'm not here tomorrow. If your birthday appears in the next week, I'm afraid I won't be here to do it. I won't be here to do it, I'm afraid, okay? So here we go. Birthday time today. Scotty Walker. Good morning, Scotty. 35 years old today. Happy birthday to Scotty Walker. Scotty Walker. Happy birthday to Scotty Walker today, 35 years old. Rita Wench today is 23 years old. David Jackson, good morning, David, 29 years old today. Labil Romy, good morning, Labil. Long time no see. Happy birthday to you. Siphon Leon Cox, 38 years old today, okay? And tomorrow's birthday. The very, very delightful little Chris Dukey boy. Morning, Chris. He was on a job interview by Skype yesterday. He had a Skype job interview yesterday, Chris. Which I had heard of before, but I've never heard of anyone having it. Yeah, and basically this woman from head office Skyped him. And I said, did you dress up for the interview? He said, yeah. He said I had like a jacket and a tie and a shirt on while he was doing his interview, asking various questions. And then if they get through to the next round, then he gets pulled into the office. I said, did you bother with your bit at the bottom? He said, no, not like, just like you, just trackies on behind. It's only the bit that you can see on the screen that you're worried about, isn't it? He had a Skype interview. It's the first person I've known who's ever had a Skype interview. So interesting that. Happy birthday to you, Chris. When I was sort of in my teenage years, to get a job, you literally walked into somewhere. Have you got any jobs, please? And they might give you a form, or they might look at you up and down and say, yeah, well, when do you want to start? You know, that's how it was then. Now, interviews, CVs and all that business, don't you? Happy birthday, Chris. Paul Stone today. Good morning, Paul. Also known as Victoria Sponge. Paul today is 114 years old. That's what it says, Paul. Happy birthday to you. One of the nicest people that I work with in Central Station. He's such a nice bloke. He's one of the drag queens as well. So happy birthday to you, Paul. You're on holiday at the moment, aren't you? Happy birthday. No, you're not. No, you're not. Weren't you on holiday? Oh, I can't remember now. It's a very confusing life I lead, as you well know. Happy birthday to Chris War. Happy birthday, Chris. William Miller, good morning. Happy birthday. These are for tomorrow, these ones. Joanna Hill tomorrow is 50 years old. Tammy Brenton Blair. It's a lovely picture, Tammy, 36. Sally Velasquez de Thompson is 68 tomorrow. Sean Reed, good morning, Sean. Last time I saw you was about 20 years ago in France, wasn't it? When I was DJing at that skiing resort there. Happy birthday to Sean Reed. Ayo Deji, morning. Ayo Deji, I think it is. Happy birthday to you. Liam Tiger Corns, happy birthday for you for tomorrow. And Mr. Danny Cowan, one of the announcers on E4. If you ever watch E4 and you hear someone with an Irish accent, it's probably Danny. Okay, so happy birthday to you all as well. Happy birthday, gang! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Lots of people wishing people happy birthday. That's very nice. Let's Marc, have a good holiday, Chris. We'll miss you. I'm off to watch the Festival of Remembrance from Saturday night. Fantastic. I've already watched that, Marc. It's really good. Have yourself a set of tissues next to you there, my darling. Okay, you will need the tissues because it is, especially when the poppies come down. Oh, it's too much. It really is when the poppies come down. Now, where's my closed film gone? Oh, where's that gone? Oh, 1 minute. Where's that gone? YouTube 1, camera 2, raffle, bingo, camera 1. There it is. Oh, I thought I was going to have to carry on for another 2 hours then. Can you just imagine that? Thank you to those of you wishing me luck on my holiday, boys and girls. Adam will be putting up vintage shows. Thank you, Adam. He will select a show and stick it on my Facebook wall, okay? Facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK is where you'll find my Facebook. I do hope to be uploading 1 or 2 shows while I'm away, boys and girls. If you're on my YouTube channel, you'll see them on there as they come up. I don't know if you get a notification or something, really, actually, when I upload a show rather than when I do one live. But just keep an eye on there, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Wish me luck as I wave you goodbye. Cheerio as I go on my way. Thanks very much for watching and listening to the show. Back live here in the studio, probably on, I won't say Friday, maybe Friday the 22nd, or if not Saturday the 23rd of this month. Enjoy your day and I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye now.